Hi guys, and welcome back to X-Wing Sweden for this fourth round from the Varberg X-Wing 2.0 Store Championship. So as you saw in the previous game, you have Joachim, same player here on the right, flying his Rebel Swarm with Wedge Antilles, Swarm Tactics and S-Foils, Thane Kyrell, Swarm Tactics and S-Foils, Garvin Drace, Predator S-Foils, and a Red Squadron Veteran Predator and S-Foils. And on the left you have Christo Kostet, who is flying 2 Phantoms and a Lambda class shuttle. So he's got Lieutenant Sai, who can, if he coordinates an action to a friendly ship, he can do the same action himself. So generally it's a focus. And he's got a heavy laser cannon for just extra punch in case he catches something in his bullseye arc. 000, Minister Tua for the free evade or reinforce. A red reinforce action at the start of the engagement if you have at least 1 damage card. The ST321 action title to get target locks when you coordinate. Then he has Whisper with Duke and Darth Vader crew, and Echo with Duke and Informant crew, and which means he has placed the listening device on one of the X-Wings. So let's see if we can figure out which one. So both of these guys are 3-0, so whoever wins will definitely make the cut here, and whoever loses might not, but there's still a chance to go in with MOV here, because there's going to be 2 players who are 2-0 or 4-0 after 4 rounds. So the winner in this game and the winner in the other game taking place at table 2 next to this one. So they're both playing both for the guaranteed seat in the cut, but also for getting a good MOV in case you lose. So let's see here, we have decloaking, and let's see if we can figure out which Phantom is which. We will see which one uses the 2 decloak bank, 2 bank to decloak. So we have Whisper here, and I think he just messed something up here. Maybe he mixed up which Phantom is which, we'll see. He looks like, yeah, okay, he messed up. Well, flying double Phantoms and they decloak different ways. Can get the best of anyone, especially after 4 rounds. So this is Whisper then. Yeah, he was trying to okay, he needed the one with the line in. I guess he maybe mixed them up, which one was decloaking which way when he placed his dials. Okay, we'll see. The X-Wings are moving up in a tight formation, as you saw in the previous game as well. Joachim likes to stay close together for a maximum. Yeah, Christopher is looking at his dials furiously here. Something's been, he probably mixed up which one was Echo and which one was Whisper when he put down his dials. So, well, we'll see. So, the Red Squadron Veteran has moved, and Lieutenant Sai shows a red stop. And then we have another 1 bank for Garvin Drace, I guess. And then we have, let's see, who is moving? Echo should be moving now. So let's see here. Okay, yes, that doesn't look very good. So I guess some kind of mistakes were made when he planned the dials or put them next to the wrong Phantom or whatever. We'll see if he takes any damage. Looks like no consequences so far, and I mean there is room to decloak off the rock, so it's not the end of the world. I mean, they're not going to get shot this turn. And Thane Kyrell banks in, keeping the close formation. Yeah. And then we have Whisper. Yeah, okay, Christopher's explaining with his hand gestures here. He got them the wrong way, so he managed to rock both his Phantoms in the opening here. Good for him is there is no range, and he will be able to decloak with both Phantoms off the rock without touching it if he wants to. Both thumbs up there. And I think he took a shield there. Yeah, 1 shield off of Whisper, which of course is not the way you want to start here, but could have been worse. I mean, if he did this in the heat of battle with all the X-Wings pointing at him, it would have been worse. So let's see if we can salvage this. I mean, maybe. I mean, Whisper can, or Echo can definitely decloak forward or to the left without consequences. And I can't tell if the rock is actually protruding to the right of Whisper's base there or not, because if it is, he can't decloak that way. And he cloaks at least with both of them. We'll see. This is going to be an interesting game now. So, I mean, I don't think either one was suspecting this opening from the Phantoms. Okay, so we have Echo decloaking. Let's hope he put the right dial with the right Phantom this time, so there's not a 1 hard to the left here. That will be bad. So Echo is off, and it looks like the rock is there, so I don't think, yeah, Echo can't decloak, or Whisper can't decloak. And the X-Wings continue their slow approach. Given enough time, these Phantoms might just kill themselves, I guess Joachim is thinking here. So the Red Squadron barrels. And that means it should now be Lieutenant Sai. 1 banking. Coordinating a focus, getting a focus for yourself. And shouldn't, I guess this is Garvin moving first at initiative 4. The Rebel Swarm is at 200 points, I believe, and the Imperials are, they have a bid at least. Let's see if I can figure out how much. I think the bid is 4 points, I think this one should be. And there's another barrel to the other, in the other direction, getting past that rock. So he's spreading out his X-Wing slightly more now, Joachim. And then we have Echo doing a 2 straight, flanking here. So what do? Do too hard to the right with the Whisper, because then you can decloak toward this down, so to speak, to the bottom of the map next turn. I guess you could just cloak here. Oh no, he decides to barrel. And then we have Thane. This is a bump, or does he? No, this is a quick move. Or a fast move. 4 straight. So we see Joachim applying a slightly different strategy here, spreading his X-Wings more. I guess that's wise when you're fighting Phantoms, because if you have a very tight formation, it's easier to dodge your arcs. No, so Whisper is more going on the offense here. He is moving 2 straight, or 2 bank, I mean, and no damage at least. So he only lost the shield due to that dial mix-up in the opening. So this might still be a game. I mean, if Whisper would have been shieldless going into the fight here, especially versus the Wedge, it wouldn't have been good. Now there's a chance. Let's see if there's range. So it looks like Thane has range 3. So that's 5 green dice with a focus token, because he's cloaked. And well, it's 3 hits, so this might hurt anyway here. No, 3 symbols. So no extra damage due to the dial mix-up. And then I guess Echo is going to cloak, because I think Echo might decloak forward to the left and then hard turn in. And I would suspect Whisper to decloak to the left, then a hard one for the candy cane maneuver, and supporting his own shuttle. But who knows, we'll see. Well, here's the 2 decloak forward to the left for Echo. And that's followed by a 1 or a 2 hard left, I guess. now. Where do you decloak? Well, the prudent move is to the left to get as much distance. But no, he's going forward. I guess he wants to try to get around the entire X-Wing swarm here, so maybe we see a 3 bank, 3 hard instead. So, okay, so we're gonna do the back X-Wing there, the Red Squadron veteran. Doing 4 straight, I suspect, just jumping past Thane. Yeah, you could do it just like on the outside. So that one's arc should be evaded by Whisper. Question is, does Sai move or does no? Sai moves. 1 banks in. It's probably going to be a lot of shots coming into that shuttle. And it doesn't look like there's a heavy laser cannon shot in the bullseye arc right now. Let's see what the other X-Wings do. So he's going to coordinate a focus, get a focus, and then you can get a target lock within range 3 from the ship you coordinated due to the ST-321, which is Vader's shuttle, the title. Strangely though, Vader is not on the shuttle, Vader is in the Phantom. Maybe that's why Whisper hit the rock, because Vader was breathing down his neck, or her neck. That could stress probably anyone. So there's a target lock on Wedge. No, Thane. I guess Wedge was out of reach. So now we have Garvin moving in. It's also a 4 straight. Yeah. So a 3 bank from the Phantom is looking good here. 3 hard probably as well. 3 hard might bump. Hard to tell. They're not like exactly 45 degrees from each other. Well, we will see. Good thing is that with the coordinate you have focus and evade already. And he decides to focus. And then we have a hard 1, hard 2 from Echo, which might be range 3. I think you just out. But you're in a pretty good spot for next turn. Or you do a barrel left now. Flying Echo is tricky. I mean, those 2 bank decloaks are hard on the brain. We have the semi-final coming up soon later, and I know for sure that there's going to be an Echo in it. So you will see more of Echo and her crazy decloak shenanigans. Okay, we have the 4 straight as well from Thane. I mean, the easy one here for the rebels is you burn the shuttle down as quick as you can. And then you try to take on the Phantoms as best you can, because 2 decloaking Phantoms are not very easy. Okay, he decides to barrel. I guess he's expecting the 1 hard from the Phantom here. And I think he will be, a bit sad when he sees this. Yeah, okay, it was a 3 hard, it wasn't a 3 bank. I was calling, but this is still okay. I mean, you bump the only ship that's shooting you, so you're not being shot at. I don't think Wedge will do a slow move, since all the other ones moved quick, and he wants to use swarm tactics in case he catches the Phantom to shoot before it. Yes, with Duke and the evade that you always get from decloaking, you really want to force the Phantom to spend it. With only 2 green dice on defense, it's very oftenly that if people shoot you, you have to spend them. Yep, here's another 4 straight. All the X-Wing doing the same move. Oops, that was the red squadron being bumped, and there is no room to barrel, I think, so I guess you just focus up for the... Yeah, there might be a heavy laser cannon shot coming from Lieutenant Sai into Wedge right here. Looks like the bullseye arc. So, I mean, you could potentially barrel to get out of the bullseye arc, but then you lose your modifications altogether. Now he goes all in with a target lock instead. Okay. I mean, the Lambda class is worth more than Wedge. So if you can, even the worst case you trade, you still come out on top. Because, I mean, Wedge isn't going to die this turn. Okay. That should put us in the engagement phase. We have Darth Vader crew. So he's going to use Vader and 000. No, 000 is out of range. But Vader crew could work here. Yeah, you could only strip the focus of the one you bumped. Let's see if Krister does that. Because Vader is on Whisper, yeah. I have no idea what they're doing. Or maybe he did swarm tactics. Because it doesn't look like he used Vader. Okay. So I guess this is Garvin shooting first, passing the focus token around. Because if he used Vader, there wouldn't have been a focus. No, Vader isn't range 0 to 2. It's 1 and 2. That's why you can't do it on the one you bumped. My bad. Okay, so 1 into the shuttle, it looks like. And then you now have target lock focus from Wedge, which is a nice combo with Garvin. But it's range 3, I guess, here as well. So 2 symbols, use the target lock. I mean, if you got all the mods, why don't you... Or maybe this, yeah, it has to be. Yeah, just one. Now he kept the target lock, so one more shield of Lieutenant Sai. And we have Thane, or I guess they swarm tactic each other, so they're the same now as well. So range 3. Ooh, all symbols. Nice roll. Looks like it was hit all the way. And looks like nothing. So that should be 2 shields, and maybe there's a crit. Yes, there is. I don't know what it is, but let's see if it matters. And then we have the Red Squadron Veteran. That looks like a nice roll. Looks like 1 evade. So 1 going into... If you wonder about Krister's damage deck, he has the old damage deck with Vader, and then he has the new deck in front in the sleeves. Makes everything double as thick, but it works. And let's see if we have range here. We have Whisper, or Echo I mean. 2 damage. And he's juking it, but he has focus. So it doesn't matter. So he should be safe. And there is no shot. Yeah, well, Whisper should have shot first, so there's no shot there, so now it's just... Oh, he's shooting on the closest one, which he target locked. So that should be maybe 2 shields on Thane, I guess. I think it's shields down on Thane. We'll figure it out if we made a mistake here. So, end phase, cloaking, I guess. Yes, cloaking. So we have Whisper could decloak to the left, forward, try to get in really close. The X-Wings are probably just going to keep hammering the shuttle here. I mean, it's a gamble. They could just turn for Echo, but I mean, then you let the shuttle live another turn. And you can do decloak to the left for Whisper and do the 1 hard candy cane move, or you do 2 forward and a 1 hard. No, I think you need to decloak to the left and then hard turn in. That should be the option here. I mean, you could hard turn 2 with all of your X-Wings. Well, no, maybe not. The topmost one is Garvin, so you don't want to block. No, it should work if you really want to. The thing is, if the shuttle moves, it will mess you up really good with all that bumping. You could also 4K at least the top 2 X-Wings in case the shuttle goes quick, and then move the other ones slow. So it's all about, you want to put all your eggs in one basket and just hard turn towards Echo, or you just want to do 4Ks and slow moves to catch the shuttle no matter what, because if you get two X-Wings shooting the shuttle here, it should probably go down. I mean, it will have a reinforce, but if you make sure you're just both behind and in front of it, in case it moves, or just have 2 shooting from the front. This is a tricky situation. I think I would actually turn on Echo here, because it's, I mean, if you catch Echo with all your ships shooting at her, she should die. I mean, Phantoms with two green die, they can't take that firepower, and especially if one of them is wedged. So I think 1, 2 bank. But then if you do a quick move with Echo, you can still get out of that. Yeah, maybe doing the shuttle is the right approach. Well, we will see. That's a good thing about doing commentary like this. I don't have to make the decision. So let's see what the players decided. We have decloaking first. Krister still not decided on his shuttle, it looks like. Now he's still thinking. I mean, I guess he could stall here, do the 0 stop, but then he can't use Minister Tua. And if the X-Wing just do slow moves, all of them, he's dead. Or he could rush in, doing a 2 bank to the left maybe. Get a coordinate off if he wants. And still be unstressed for Minister Tua to get the reinforce. But then, of course, if the X-Wing's K-turn, the reinforce won't help much, because you have probably X-Wings behind you and in front of you. So yeah, here's the 2 decloak with Echo as probably the best one, and this should be a 2 to the left for Whisper. Okay, he's checking for listening device, because I guess he picked wedge, I think that is. But it looked like it was out of range. So now we have the decloak here, yeah, to the left. Good call. No? Oh, he needs the one with the line in it. Yes. So he should at least have shots with both of his Phantoms this turn. Question is, of course, what did he do with the shuttle? So we're going to have the Red Squadron move first here, which could be tricky because it could be blocking Echo's move. Oh, he did go for Echo, at least with that one. And I think that might block Echo. There might be a 2 bank dialed in on that Phantom dial. Could be a 3 bank. Could be a 2 straight as well. But I think you're in a pretty okay spot, and even if you miss him, you're just set up for the K turn next turn without any anything punishing you if you do it. So take a focus if you're afraid you get shot, or just take a target lock for future. No, he decides to barrel. He decides that Echo is probably going straight, and he wants to block that. We shall see. So let's see what he did with the shuttle here. It's a move, it's not a red one, it's a one bank, okay? So that's a potential block on both Thane and Wedge if they go slow. It is also a free K turn, at least for Wedge. Maybe the 4K for Thane fits as well. That's going to be a close one. Hard to call here. And the K turn from Garvin is also not stopped in any way. So he's looking at his crit, he's thinking about what he can do. There is no coordinate because it's not close enough. So he decides to flip the crit, which I don't know what it is. And now it doesn't matter. So let's see, we have Garvin here. It looks like a red move. Yeah, it's a 4K. Which is a good call from Joachim there, and of course not so good if you're Krister, because right now Krister thinks, why didn't I stop with the shuttle? So well, it'll depend on what the other guys did. So it is a 2 straight, and it's a bump. Maybe it fits. I don't know. Maybe it's a judge's call, because it might be the ships bumping and not the bases. Yeah, it looks like they're saying something, the ship's wings bumped, so maybe we'll see what they do. It looks, as long as they're agreeing. So do you just focus here, or do you barrel away? Yes, they decided they did not bump, so he has to barrel away. He doesn't want to risk taking 4 red dice to the face. Okay, so he still has Duke, but no other mods of his attack. And what did the X-Wings do? So Thane is also doing the 4K. So this is looking very good for Joachim right now. It looks like he made the correct calls on blocking Echo, or almost. He made the right call, it was just unfortunate they didn't bump, or very fortunate, depending on who you're rooting for here. And then these 2 X-Wings here who cater, and they also did the right choice. It's like one of those 50-50 ones, you know. So they should be able to finish off. Lieutenant Sai here with 2 range 1 shots. And this should be a 1 hard, right? No, a 2 hard. That means he does not have arc on any of the K-turning X-Wings. If you did a 1 hard, you'd probably have that, but I guess there's 1 X-Wing left to shoot at, so let's see if he managed to block that one. No, that one's slow rolled. So the shuttle is definitely not staying after this round. But at least that's a good target for Echo, and that is Wedge. So both Echo and Whisper can shoot Wedge, and at least that's something that's good for Krister here. So I mean, if you could take half of Wedge here, I guess you're happy, because the Phantoms can clean up some X-Wings who can't really hurt them if they can't shoot them, but you need to take out especially Wedge, because Wedge is moving after Whisper. So start of combat, Vader. He's using Vader. Vader is range 1 and 2, so we can use Vader on Wedge, so Wedge needs to take damage or lose his focus token. And I think, yeah, he takes the focus token, which means, I don't know if that's good or bad, because now Duke is active. but we shall see. So we're going to use 000 as well. So either you get a calculate on the, I think you give him the calculate because you don't want a double stress. Yeah, you don't want to have one of your X-wings being double stressed. Especially not when you have Echo potentially getting around behind you the next turn. Or maybe you're doing it on Wedge to make sure Wedge can't K-turn next turn in case you take the stress. We'll see. We shall see. He's thinking it over here. So no, he allowed the calculate. Yeah, I think that's the correct card choice here. I mean, this just should die anyway, and it's not shooting anyone. A lot of gesturing here. You know, they may be explaining something to someone what happened. I don't know. We'll see. So we're into the shooting phase, or the engagement phase. So I guess Garvin is going to go up to a 5 at least. So now he's going to use Minister Tua to get the reinforce. But Wedge is flanking, which means on both parts, so we want help there. And you have one X-wing behind and one X-wing in front. So no matter how you do it, you can only block one of them. So I don't know which one he picked. So this should be Wedge. So 4 versus nothing. And that looks like, oh, just 1. But he has the target lock from the previous round. So 3, and you don't have any dice. Maybe they forgot that? Well, yeah, I guess I forgot that. Well, maybe it's not Wedge. Maybe it's Thane. Someone who got bumped up by Swarm Tactics. But at least 2 more damage into Lambda. So 4. Thank you. Laying them out perfectly like that. Easy to spot. So now we should have Thane shooting. And 2. Yeah, because you can still spend it if you are Thane, doesn't matter. So I guess he flipped a direct hit for 1 more, which means that you're down to 1. And there is still 1 damage incoming here, which was evaded. Or no, there was more than 1 anyway, so that means Lieutenant Sai is gone. So it's a solid lead for Joachim, 67 points to nothing here, and he still gets to shoot at Whisper from Swarm Tactics, making Garvin a 5. Looks like range 3. Unmodded. So 3 on 3. 2. No, maybe it was range 2. Yeah, I remember he rolled 1 too few. So 1 evade and 1 focus. So now do you spend the focus to avoid taking damage? Or do you, no, you decide to take the last shield. Of a Whisper. Now Whisper shoots with his focus token and Duke. He wants to do some real damage here. That looks good. 2 at least. With Duke, this should work perfectly. Yeah. So that's 2 shields and Wedge. And then we have range 1 from Echo with Duke active. No, there might have been a crit that slipped through that we didn't see. So let's assume Wedge is down to 3. And looks like 2 evades, 1 is duked. So 2 more into Wedge. So we might have Wedge until it's down to 1 here, which is pretty good. Even if you're behind on points here, I think Christopher's pretty happy with that. The thing is, I mean, he's not really in a good spot to chase Wedge here because both of those other X-Wings are moving towards your Phantoms here. And Echo can't, or Whisper can't decloak upwards. And Whisper has, or Echo has some options here, so let's see. So if you're decloaking to the left, and ooh, there's a rock. Nope, that looks perfectly. And then you have the 1 hard open to the right. And then we're decloaking Whisper. He's decloaking downwards to the right, so to speak. I think he wants to kill Wedge this turn. If he can. But he can't afford to lose another Phantom until at least 2 X-Wings are down. Otherwise, he's going to be in a really bad spot. So we have, is this a Talonol, I guess? Trying to put your guns back. Yes. Yeah, I think he wants to be as far back as possible because I guess Echo's doing a 1 hard. That's always a potential barrel roll to get out of the arc anyway, but it also helps you to avoid the rock next turn. And then we have Garvin, who is probably doing just a 1 straight. Yep. Potential block. And he's not taking any shots from Whisper. I don't think Whisper's key turning, so. He decides to target lock, yeah. Good aggressive choice here. You know, you can't just take focus all the time because all of your ships aren't getting shot at. So that's a 1 hard. The question is, do you stay, risk the unmodded range 1 shot, or do you barrel? I mean, you want the focus for modification, but I mean, Wedge could very well be hard turning towards Echo here. Trying to just get 1 good shot into one of those Phantoms before you die, bringing it below half. Wedge isn't very maneuverable, but he does hit hard. Oh yeah. There's the barrel. And then we're gonna have Thane move up here. Is he also just 1 hard, 1 straighting, or is he maybe 1 banking? No, also just a 1 straight. The true rebel move. He also decides to target lock Whisper. That's pretty gutsy because he might be taking fire in case the Whisper just bumping into Garvin. And that is exactly what's happening. Now, if Wedge did a Talon roll to the right, oh, it might fit. They're checking. Yeah, looks good. I'm not really sure you're really happy there within range 1 because you won't kill Thane. But I don't think you can get out of it. So, and I guess also if Wedge is Talon rolling to his right, Whisper could be in a pretty bad spot because Whisper is now out of shields. and Thane shoots before, which means if Wedge pushes any damage through, Thane can use his ability to expose one of those damage cards if there are any. Or you could just 4K Wedge here as well. We don't know the crit though, but no, just one straight. Maybe he flipped the wings and boost to get out of one Phantom Arc. I mean, the crit could be that one that makes you go one straight or take damage, and since Wedge is on one hole, I mean, there's no option. So okay, he decides just to stay there and play target practice. So he's going to use Vader, because if he did not get out of, I think a boost would take him out of arc of the Whisper there, but okay. He can shoot, so he's gonna go Swarm Tactics on Thane, I assume. So Thane range 1 into Whisper here. He has the target lock, and he's going to spend it. And that was not what he was hoping for. And did he natties? Didn't have to spend anything, or maybe it was just one hit. Well, no damage dealt there, so good for Whisper. And now let's see if Whisper can finish off. Yep. That is dead Wedge Antilles. And the Imperials are getting closer point-wise. But it all takes 1 damage to have Whisper at half. So Echo, range 3 it looks. Thane. Just 1. And that is... I think he's taking a shield there, because I think there was only 1 and it was duked. So I'm going to pretend that Thane took 1 damage. And we will see if the overlay is correct. Range 3 into Whisper, and he's going to spend, take 1. Ooh, it's a crit. So Rebels back on top, or still on top. 102 versus 81. Which is half an X-Wing. And now we can only cloak Echo. Like that. And let's see. Echo decloaks forward to the left. No? Oh, he's going for... Oh, there's a rock there. The last time it was just fitting, this time it does not fit. And I assume this means that, I mean, even if you could switch to the left back, I don't know if it's the one decloak to the left and you can pick both if the one doesn't fit like you do with a barrel roll. I mean, the X-Wing is blocking it. So that's a good question for FFG. If you decide to decloak left with Echo, and if one doesn't fit, can you do the other one because they're both left? I don't know. I believe you couldn't in the old one. I'm not really sure. So let's see. That's a 1 bank focus. Trying to catch Whisper now that Whisper isn't decloaked anymore. Or didn't decloak this turn. So we have a 2 hard. Trying to catch Echo. With Garvin. And he decides to focus. And now 1 bank. Yeah, of course he was expecting to be more or less where the X-Wing was, but looking more towards the onboard edge, but it's still, I mean, he's in a lot of firing arcs here, but he's cloaked and he could take the evade. Or maybe he got in the way of Whisper here due to the fail of Decloak. No, he decides to do something here. Yeah, he decides to take a focus. And then we have something here. It's this too hard. Yes, that's a good move. It's going to be a range 1 shot into the Cloaked Echo. And Whisper decides to 3-bank somewhere. Oh, that's not a good spot to be in. Joachim really called all the crisp remove there, except maybe the decloak, but since the decloak didn't work, so he has all 3 guns on Whisper, and Whisper is at only 2 hit points. And Whisper has some kind of crit, which we don't know what it is. So we cloak 4 green dice. Who knows? Might work. Okay. So you just shoot 3 X-Wings into Whisper here. Now he's going to try Swarm Tactics and to decide in what order they shoot. Just so we know. I mean, he's not taking any far back, so he doesn't need more than 1 focus token. But it's good to do it, to remember to do it every turn. Okay, so this is the first attack. So I'm assuming range 1 into Whisper, maybe range 2, if this is Garvin shooting first. And that was 3 natties. And that looks like symbols on everything. So 3, and that means a dead Whisper. And now Echo is in deep trouble here. I mean, Echo is untouched, but there are 2 more ships shooting. Range 1. And he gets really good rolls here as well. Looks like 3 hits and a crit. And he uses his focus, so only 1 shield, I guess. So that was pretty fortunate as well for Echo. And then we have another range 1 here. Could be range 2. No, range 1. 3 again. And so it looks like shield and 1 going through. And this was not a crit, so there's no mysteries. And then means we are down to dials again here. So 167 to 81, which means Echo more or less needs to kill all 3 X-Wings here. I guess you could kill 2 and get 1 to half, should be enough. But that will be very tricky. I mean, Echo can potentially do it, but since Thane is moving after, it's not going to be easy. So first of all, Echo tries to disengage here to get a good spot for next turn to go around. I assume. I don't think Crystal wants to K-turn and only have the evade. So there's a 1 straight from the Red Squadron Veteran, target locks for the future. I mean, this is what you do here. You move your X-Wings, you target lock for whenever you get the opportunity to shoot, because then you're going to shoot with focus and target lock most of the time. This looks like a bump here. Okay, so Echo managed to block 1 of them. However, that X-Wing still might have a shot once Echo has moved. Okay, and then we have Thane. No, we have Echo moving then Thane. So Echo is running here, hard 3. I guess you cloak again for Dice and evade, hoping that will be enough. No? Focus? Well, it's unmodified dice, so I guess, yeah. But this guy here is a hard 2. Oh, it is. Joachim is really good at reading the Phantom's decloaking position and moves. Or very lucky, it doesn't really matter because he keeps getting shots on them. And Phantoms doesn't like that. And I guess he barrels to have an easier move next turn here. You know, if he potentially could shoot off the evade, force Echo to use the evade here, then Echo is in a really bad spot next turn. Because there are X-Wings coming from both sides of that rock. Okay, let's see if any shooting goes through Echo's defenses here. So we're going to have Thane here, and there is a damage card on Echo, so if Thane only gets one of his symbols, I mean, he can flip it, and if it's a direct hit, it's going to be an extra damage. And there are symbols. I don't know if this is so he spends and it's safe. I don't know which one is Thane right now, so that might not have been Thane. Okay, so he spends the evade. Takes 1. Oh, it was a crit as well. Yeah, Echo is probably not living another turn. Because now she isn't cloaked, so way easier for the X-Wings to catch her. So let's see, hard 2 here. Nope, still 1 bank. Barrel potentially, just to get more shots. This is the red squadron. Nope. Or you just target lock for future. Oh, he's thinking about the barrel. He was grabbing the 1. Nope, just a focus. I mean, he might have tried to block. It was Thane down there, but I guess Thane had 3 hits, so he didn't want to spend a hit to flip the cards, of course. And this is a bump. I don't think it cares much because he did get the target lock the previous turn, and he is now more or less guaranteed a shot at Echo, unless Echo 1 hards away, and Echo is not 1 harding away. And I don't think you can barrel in because of the rock. You could barrel out, but that won't help. And you need to take the evade here. No, oh, he cloaks. Yeah, let's pray the dice gods. And that's the bump. So it's just 1 X-Wing shooting, but it has a target lock. And you have 4 naked dice. Or unmodded dice. So this could potentially very likely be the last round. And who needs target locks? Okay, that's 3 hits. Oh, he couldn't close. He forgot. He had hard turns or red, I guess. So that was end game. Okay, so good game. Slightly misplay at the start with mixing up the dials for Krister. Of course, made it less of a game, but it was just, well, it was mainly Whisper getting out of position and losing a shield, but that's enough at this level. So well done, Joachim. And Joachim makes the cut for sure. Krister unfortunately did not have the MOV to make it. I think he finished in 7th spot. And stay tuned for the semi-final and final games coming up here from Varberg on my channel. So thank you for watching.